For more than 10 months, we have endured COVID-19. We watched businesses struggling to survive, a nation behind masks, with more than 275,000 dead in the U.S. from the virus. But as a second spike spreads more havoc across the country, a potential savior is arriving in the form of a new vaccine. Still, many are questioning whether it will live up to its billing.
Vaccines aren't going to save a single life, but vaccination is.
What UCSF infectious disease expert Dr. George Rutherford means by that is the success of the vaccine will depend on getting it to as many people as possible.
Having the vaccine ready to go is terrific. You got the logistics and the cold chain worked out, but it's got to get in people's arms to make a difference.
Vaccine maker Pfizer says its COVID vaccine has 95% efficacy. But what does that really mean? Well, here's how it works. Say around half the vaccine test group was given a placebo and then exposed to the virus. In that scenario, 100% of the placebo group would get the virus. But for the other half, given the actual vaccine and then exposed to the virus, only 5% would get COVID. 95% would be immune.
To have a vaccine that has an efficacy of 95%, that's just remarkable. That's as good as our best vaccine.
So how many people have to get vaccinated in order to achieve herd immunity? By the way, that's a veterinary term describing what proportion of a herd of animals has to have immunity so a virus has nothing left to infect. The idea behind herd immunity is if all these people are vaccinated and I'm not, the virus has a harder time getting to me. And if it does find me, it has no place to go. Rutherford says we've learned a lot about COVID and herd immunity by watching its rapid spread through places like San Quentin Prison or on cruise ships.
So we think that from those experiences that herd immunity lies somewhere in the 70+%.
But achieving that 70% number won't be easy. There will need to be enough doses of the vaccine to inoculate 60 to 70% of the population, and then there will be some who will refuse to get it. Rutherford says the science is complex, but the math is simple.
And if we don't get a large enough proportion of people immunized, everybody's going to be walking around with masks this time next year.
Rosato Jr., NBC Bay Area News.